everyone, it's Nicole Wilkins with FitnessRx for Women. This is my next question and answer segment where I took your questions from Facebook and I'm going to answer them for you today. The first question I have is, when is it best to include plyometrics into your program, on a day by itself or incorporated with my weights workout? Well, plyometrics, for those who don't know, are jumping exercises, and they can be included on their own, so picking maybe 5 to 7 different plyometric exercises and doing them in one complete workout, or you could do it in between each weight training exercise. For example, one of the most challenging things is doing a weighted squat with a barbell followed immediately by a jump squat, and then repeating that would be one set, and then repeating that 3 or 4 more times. So incorporating it into a regular weight training workout is also a great way to increase the intensity of your training. The next question I have is, how do you prepare or transport food when traveling? I have an out-of-state show coming up and I will be at the venue for a week prior to the competition. As strict as a pre-show diet is, I don't want to rely on eating out, but I imagine chicken and fish would go bad if prepared for over a week in advance. This is tricky. Usually if I travel for a show, I leave and I get there about Thursday or Wednesday before, so I only have to bring food for about 4 days. If you're going to be there for a week, what I would do is bring a small George Foreman grill. That way you can, hopefully you're renting a car so you can find a local grocery store where you can get chicken or fish and cook it in your George Foreman grill in your hotel. Make sure that your hotel has a refrigerator so that you can keep your food cold, because that's a huge one. If I'm in a location without a refrigerator, I always carry gallon-sized bags with me so that I can fill it with ice to keep my food cold in my cooler. Rice cakes, cook a bunch of sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are really fast and easy to make in a microwave, so if you don't have a microwave in your hotel room, sometimes if you take it down to the restaurant at the hotel, they will heat it up for you. And then oatmeal is super easy. You can just use the hot water from the coffee maker. So hopefully that helps. The almonds are really easy. Peanut butter, that kind of thing are really easy fat sources that don't need to be cooled. The next question is, what type of a warm-up do you typically do before strength training? Well, depending on what muscle group I'm working. If I'm working legs, I always do about 5 minutes on the elliptical or the step mill or the treadmill just to get my legs warmed up. If I'm doing upper body, I don't always do a 5-minute warm-up on the cardio equipment, but what I will do is whatever my first exercise is going to be, I'll do about 2 warm-up sets. So I'll just use a lighter weight and just really focus on the squeeze and the range of motion and just get the blood flowing before I start lifting heavier. So everybody is a little different, but I know that the older that I get, the longer my warm-up needs to be. If very overweight and wanting to get fit, should you initially focus on fat loss and then building muscle, or build muscles from the start and those muscles help you burn fat? If you're overweight and you're trying to lose body fat, definitely start weight training at the beginning. You don't need to just lose weight through diet first. You should incorporate cardio, strength training, and nutrition all at the same time, because building lean muscle tissue will help speed up your metabolism and help your body change its shape and not just be a skinnier fat version. So you want to have muscle tone, and it'll definitely speed up the process by weight training. How much cardio do you do, and how often do you include high intensity interval training? How often do you train for endurance? I do cardio 6 to 7 days a week, about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on where I'm at in my preparation for a competition or if it's off season. High intensity interval workouts I do about 3 times a week. I don't do any more than that unless I'm feeling really fired up and my body's feeling good, but too much high intensity workouts can increase the risk of injury. And as far as training for endurance, I'm not training for a race, so the reason I do cardio is to burn calories and to burn fat. However, the more you do cardio and the better your endurance is, the more you will have to challenge yourself. So throughout and just increasing the intensity and the duration and the speed, my endurance does improve. So maybe one day I'll train for a race, but in the meantime, I'm not really training for endurance. And the last question I have is, do you have cheat meals once a week? If so, at what point do you cut them out completely before a competition? I do not have cheat meals once a week. I don't have cheat meals at all, actually, during my entire prep. Some people do, and that works. For me, it doesn't. It makes me feel worse. A cheat meal for me, a cheat meal I suppose, would be sweet potato in a larger portion and a steak. Something that I don't always have, and, just to kind of speed things up. But as far as eating a large pizza or pasta, it takes me too long to recover from that, and it kind of messes with my head. In the off season, I don't have scheduled cheats either once a week. It's more if I'm going to be at a wedding or a party or a birthday party, special occasions. That's when I will indulge and have wine or whatever it may be. So I do not have weekly cheats, but it doesn't mean it's not right if that's what you do and that's what works for you. It just doesn't work for me. So I hope that helped you guys out. Those are my questions for this week. Keep asking your questions on Facebook, and I will see you guys very soon.